Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel Swamy Vijay, and this is Swamy Vijay speaking to you all. In this video, I am going to start next lesson from your main textbook, Hornbill textbook. But if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel so that you can receive latest updates of the information. The moment I publish videos, click the notification bell. So the moment I publish video on YouTube, you will get the notification. Before I begin this lesson, let me ask you one simple question as usual. What are you scared of? That means if you are afraid of anything in your life, why are you afraid of that thing? And if you know the answer, comment in the comment section below. The question is very simple. What makes you feel afraid and what makes you feel scared in your life? If you know the answer, comment in the comment section below immediately. So let me also know what is your fear and what is the reason behind that fear. And if you want to know how to overcome fear, I am going to give you video link in the description box below. You can watch that video and it may be helpful for you to overcome the fear in your life. Now without any delay, let me start the next lesson from your main textbook, Hornbill textbook. The name of the lesson is We Are Not Afraid to Die If We Can All Be Together, written by Gordon Cook and Alan East. The title itself is little shocking because the title is given in inverted commas. So this is a sentence spoken by somebody. Somebody said in this story that we are not afraid to die if we can all be together. So one character in this lesson, he or she is not afraid to die if they all can be together. So let us see why and who said this sentence and in what kind of condition or situation the character had spoken this particular sentence. This lesson is about sea voyage or journey through waters in a small boat. The name of the boat is Wave Walker. So let me read few sentences and then let me explain the story and I'll give you the summary of the story precisely. Before I start this lesson directly, I want to show you some picture on your screen. I'm going to post the picture on your screen right now. You can see the picture on your screen. In this picture, you can see this is a boat or yacht and the parts of this boat are given here. If you don't know the parts of this boat, when I start the lesson, you may get confused about what I am speaking. So you have to go through this information and what are the parts of this boat and where that part is located. I'm not going to waste much time to explain these things. Let me explain one or two important words and then we'll go to the lesson. You can see the top one is called mast. The lowest one is called keel, K-E-E-L, and above the keel is called hull, and come to the right side is stern and rudder, and you can see there is one name called jib and mainsail. So these are the important words and important parts of the boat you have to remember. The reason is the lesson which I am going to begin now needs this information to be understood by you first. The story begins in this way. In July 1976, my wife Mary, son Jonathan, 6, daughter Suzanne 7, and I set sail from Plymouth, England to duplicate the round-the-world voyage made 200 years earlier by Captain James Cook. For the longest time, Mary and I, a 37-year-old businessman, had dreamt of sailing in the wake of the famous explorer, and for the past 16 years, we had spent all our leisure time honing our seafaring skills in British waters. A 37-year-old businessman successfully convinced his wife and children to join with him to duplicate the round-the-world voyage made 200 years earlier by Captain James Cook. So this family started in a boat called Wave Walker, a 23-meter, 30-ton wooden hulled beauty, had been professionally built, and we had spent months fitting it out and testing it in the roughest weather we could find. So these people started their journey in the boat named Wave Walker, and they planned 3 years and 105,000 kilometers journey in the first phase of their sea voyage. So with this introduction, you can understand this businessman is an adventurous person. He likes to do adventures, and he convinced his family to join with him to duplicate the round the world voyage which was done by Captain James Cook 200 years. And they began their voyage from Plymouth, England, and they have successfully completed 105,000 kilometers. After that, they employed an American, Larry Wiesel, and Swiss Herb Siegler to help them to tackle one of the world's roughest seas, the Southern Indian Ocean. And hereafter, what happened when they were traveling in the Southern Indian Ocean by the boat called Wave Walker, they were hit by huge waves and the boat was almost all capsized. And this 37 years businessman who was at the time on the wheel, he was hit by the giant waves and he had broken his ribs and teeth. And the narrator had lost hope that they would survive. But his wife joined with him and he handed over the wheel to his wife, and then he went and checked the damage caused by the giant wave to the wave walker. The wave walker was 90% damaged. After that, he went and he checked his children. His children were also injured due to this accident, but his children didn't say anything. And the 37 years old businessman, narrator, and his wife and these two crewmen and these people, they were trying desperately to pump out the water which entered inside their wave walker. But still water started coming inside the boat, and they faced so many other problems also, like more problems arose when our hand pump started to block up with the debris floating around the cabins, and the electric pump short circuited. The water level rose threateningly. Back on deck, I found that our two spare hand pumps had been wrenched overboard, along with the four-stage sail, the jib, the dinghies, and the main anchor. So this was the worst situation those people are facing in the middle of the Indian Ocean, and nobody replied to their mayday calls also. And at that moment, the narrator realized that Sue's head had swollen alarmingly. She had two enormous black eyes, and now she showed us a deep cut on her arm. When I asked why she hadn't made more of her injuries before this, she replied, "I did not want to worry you when you were trying to save us all." You can understand here, Sue was very concerned about his father and mother, because Sue understood that father and mother are working very hard to save their lives. So this is the understanding between, or bond between, the children and the father, and the bond between wife and the husband, because wife never blamed husband for this incident, or husband never blamed wife for the incident, and the children are not blaming their parents for this kind of problem. So these people are united, and this is the strength of a family. So they're all united, so they may face this situation together. In the next part of the story, we come to know that even Jonathan also had a lot of injuries, but he never told anything to his father. But after 2 days, when the narrator went in to comfort the children, John asked, "Daddy, are we going to die?" I tried to assure him that we could make it, but Daddy, he went on, "we aren't afraid of dying if we can all be together, you and Mummy, Sue and I." After listening to the words of Jonathan, who is 6 years old, the narrator was determined to face the sea and to save his family. But what the point you have to understand is, a boy of 6 years old could understand the seriousness of the situation, and he was not scared and he was not afraid of death. He was ready to die with his father, mother and his sister. See, you can understand the courage of a boy who is 6 years old. The title sentence was spoken by a 6 years old, and his name is Jonathan. After speaking to his son, narrator determined to save his family, he went on desk, he did some rough calculations, and he realized that they can't reach Australia with the broken boat. There are only two islands which they can reach and they can save their lives. Narrator did some calculations with the spare, as the main he has lost, and he did some calculations, and he told his wife Mary to steer the wheel to 180 degrees, and then he went to bed, and surprisingly he felt asleep. Around 6 o'clock in the evening, when he woke up, I knew we must have missed the island, and with the sail we had left, we could not hope to beat back into the westerly winds. At that moment, a tousled head appeared by my bunk. "Can I have a hug?" Jonathan asked. Sue was right behind him. So the narrator was confused why his son was asking him to give hug. "Why am I getting a hug now?" I asked. "Because you are the best daddy in the world and the best captain," my son replied. "Not today, John, I am afraid." Narrator was not in a mood to receive that compliment. He said, "Why?" Then Jonathan said, "Why, you must be." Then Sue said, "Why, you must be." In a matter of fact of voice, "You found the island." "What?" I shouted. That means the narrator calculations were correct, and now they are near to one island, a beautiful island they have seen in their life, and that is Isle Amsterdam. I rushed on deck and gazed with relief at the stark outline of an Isle Amsterdam. It was only a bleak piece of volcanic rock with little vegetation, the most beautiful island in the world. We anchored offshore for the night, and the next morning all 28 inhabitants of the island cheered as they helped us. In this way, narrator saved his family and the crewmen. Let me read the last paragraph and then let me explain briefly. With land under my feet again, my thoughts were full of Larry and Herbie, cheerful and optimistic under the direst stress, and of Mary, who stayed at the wheel for all those crucial hours. Most of all, I thought of a 7-year-old girl who did not want us to worry about a head injury, which subsequently took 6 minor operations to remove a recurring blood clot between skin and skull, and of a 6-year-old boy who was not afraid to die. So you can understand in the story, when Sue got injured, when Jonathan got injured, they don't want to trouble their parents. In the middle of the story, even these children have presented a beautiful greeting card to their parents to cheer up their parents' mood and to make the parents to believe that they are also with them. So this is the wonderful family or the beautiful family which we can see very rarely in the real life. A family means all people in that family must be united and they should support each other and they should encourage each other, and most importantly, whenever problem comes, they should unitedly face the problem. That is why we should have family, not to quarrel with other people. So this is a beautiful story with which we can understand that if we are united, we can face any kind of danger or any kind of situation in our life. After completion of reading the lesson, come to understanding the text, read the questions given under understand the text and find the answers to those questions and write in your notebook. And after completion of that, come to the talking about the text, read the questions, write the answers and complete the lesson. We are not afraid to die if we can all be together. So this lesson speaks in volumes that we should always be in positive and we should not lose our courage and confidence. With that we can save our life and we can even save others' life also. So this is about this lesson. Thanks for watching this video, and if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel and press the notification bell so that you can receive the latest updates of information the moment I upload videos on YouTube. So thanks for watching this video. Bye bye, take care, and always remember, stay home, stay safe and stay strong. Take care.